Hello, today I have to introduce you Wakayanagi tea. This kind of tea, it's a special tea and actually it's not very popular, there's no any information about this kind of tea. It's called Yanagi, and the Yanagi, this type of tea is basically based on leaves from the first flash of tea, but it's a little bit more like grown. It's not like so quickly collected, there's no any shadow, it's just tea which is a little bit bigger than other tea leaves, and it's a bit like maybe not like nigai in terms of bitterness, it's much more like soft, gentle, but a little bit more developed in terms of aromatic index of this tea. Why it is like this? It's just a way of how tea farmers are collecting the tea. Sometimes we have a tea which is like collected a little bit later and it's grown a little bit too much, and this is exactly what it is. Sometimes it's on purpose, sometimes it's not, but in that tea we have to put a little bit of like higher temperature and a little bit of like longer time of steeping, so we can achieve everything from the tea. In the terms of doing it, it's very similar like to all this kind of green tea which is from the first quality. So I will put 3 grams of the tea for 100 milliliters of water. So I have 3 grams. When you will be putting this tea into your kyusu, because this is a place which is supposed to brew it, it's basically visible that the particles of the tea have a little bigger size than typical sencha, and these needles, typical needles which is characteristic for a Japanese tea, for a Japanese green tea, they are a little bit like longer, and yeah, and this is like typical thing. Sometimes you can drink sencha, which is Yanagi-cha, and you even don't know it. So it's like this is like a very like detailed knowledge which like even Japanese people don't know. We will put this 100 milliliters of water. It's supposed to be a little bit higher than always, like up to the 80 degree, because oh, I put too much. Anyway, it's 200 milliliters of water. I will give 100 milliliters. Temperature should be a little bit higher. Like you should put like 85, I think 87 of degree of the water. So why it is like this? Because the leaves have a little bit like thicker structure, a little bit like they are a little bit like bolder, and if you want to achieve all this like aroma and all what tea has to offer, we need to put a little bit higher temperature, and the steeping time should be longer, from the like 40 seconds to the 45 or even 50. So I have 80 degree. 80 degrees is like it's still a little bit too low, but because I'm always drinking like about 70 a green tea, I will use this 80 degree water because it's just, in that case, should be fine, I guess. Let's try.
はい。
20秒数えてください。
20秒のタイマーを開始します。
So I settled a timer for 20 seconds because it was already too late before I asked Siri to do it. So it will be like 20 seconds and a bit. So during this time we can also take some time for ourselves to take a rest, to relax. Hey Siri! ありがとうございます。
喜んでいただけて私も嬉しいです。
So I'm putting right now tea into our glass. It's not so hot, so I'm grabbing like shibori dashi, but if your partner or your friend is here, the second one is for him, of course. The tea is a little bit deeper, thicker, so it collects much more water than typical sencha. And as you can see, like, we put 100 ml of water. Basically, in normal situation, we have like much more of the liquid in these cups. But in this case, it's the same proportion, but still we have much less liquid. So let's try. The smell is very like associated with glutamine acid, like stork of umami is just punching your nose. Yeah, it's like a very nice quality sencha tea. Yes, and like in all this kind of high quality green tea, we have a stork, like powerful punch of umami in a taste. Behind the umami, we find out like a very rich but also very gentle sencha aroma of the grass and what? And sweetness. Sweetness and grass is like mixing with each other, but the like the main thing here is umami. It's basically what you can find out here. Maybe if you drink and focus very strongly, you can find something like aroma of vegetables, like a mix of vegetables, but very like gentle, almost invisible taste. Yeah, I mean unsensible. Yeah, something like this. So I think it's a good tea. It's if it's about like price to the quality, it's very good. Like, I would say top grade purchase which you can do if you have no money and you still want to enjoy green tea. So that's it. Thank you for today. See you next time and have a nice day.